HHDG. Peace, HHDG. We are on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. Big shout out to our whole HHDG Media crew, Rock Vader KB, myself, Wiki, Skelly Top, the Mayor, and T. Smith. Shout out to the whole hip hop discussion group, HHDG, that's tuning in. And as always, check out the website that you can see at the bottom, the hhdgmedia.com. Go check out the music that we put up there, as well as our merch. New Coast Contra mixtape, mixed by our very own Rock Vader KB, and as well as the other mixtape he got out, Best of 2021. Definitely go check them out. Now, I guess for tonight, been grinding, and his grind continues to pay off. Put out countless mixtapes, dope mixtapes, EPs, albums, and he built his own brand. We're going to definitely talk about that. Dopeness. And with that, building that brand, you got to come with the lyrics. If you're an MC and you got your own brand, people want to know what you're about. And he's about that. And he shows it throughout his projects. Very consistent with his projects. And he's worked with some well-known producers. The Historian, Uncle Tim. I could keep going on, but I'm definitely going to let him speak on it and work with plenty of MCs as well. Jay Nice, for one of them. Leonard Hughes, part of his old GCM crew. Gold Chain Music, for those that are not familiar. And, he continues to show his success. And with that, with building up his brand, he's also, like I just mentioned, part of Gold Chain Music. We're going to speak on, his journey of how he came to where he is right now and where he's going to continue to go to. Without giving, I'm going to let him speak a little bit more on it, but definitely appreciate him taking the time. And we're going to let our man, Team Fame Gang, come and speak. K Burns.
Yo. What's good?
Peace,
What's good? Poppin'.
How you doing tonight?
I'm chilling, man. I got to apologize to the people for the wait. I'm sorry for the wait, man. Sorry. We had some technical difficulties, man. My last cell phone got broken.
It's all good. It's all good. Definitely. Now, before we even talk about what's currently out, the banger, Chain Gangers.
Appreciate it.
Let's talk a little bit about, your come up. Because like I said, you got countless mixtapes out there before you started dropping, your own official projects.
Yeah. Oh man, the story of K Burns go back, way back, man. I started, pardon me, I was eating dinner, but I started rapping in '98. Then start putting out music officially like about 10 years later. Happy B-Day, my guy. Look, I got the legend with me, man. Look, man. What's up, man? Say happy birthday to my guy, man. My nigga Huss, man.
There you go. Peace, Huss.
That's the
B-Day. Happy birthday, my G.
Yeah, we over here celebrating Huss B-Day and shit. But yeah, man, I started rapping in '98. My uncle, shout out to my uncle P from Marcy. That's my dad, little brother. He had to take me to a studio and shit, and I kind of just fell in love with the whole environment. And just like the whole day just was like one of them days, like something that going like you backlog that in your head, your memory, like it's in your cognitive for years to come, you know what I'm saying? So I think back to that, and that's when it all started. But I was 12 years old, I'll say about 5 years after that, about like 2003, I started like, putting out mixtapes and shit like that. And I was in high school with my guys. And, it just kept flourishing from there, you be in the little crews and the little groups and all of that. But eventually you understand you got to stand on your own and be your own MC. Just before branding or anything coming. You want to just be able to hold your own as an artist. You know what I'm saying? As an MC
Right.
on the track. You know what I'm saying? You don't want no features and all that other shit. You want to be able to do it yourself. So it started like that for me, just being a student of the game. And then by the time I was about 20, I think that's when I made this chain, and it's been on ever since for us. You know what I'm saying? It's just been
Mm-hmm.
working. Just been inspired by the culture, seeing my predecessors before me. Guys like Asia and Hush, Move, and Rock, and all these other guys that come from my side of the hemisphere and shit, and from that being inspired by Black Star. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing Most Def walk up and down the block. Everybody know my story and how I grew up 2 blocks from mom, and I still big and all of them come to power. So
Right.
all of these things I didn't realize back then is like molding me and sculpting me to be the MC and the artist and the brand and the businessman and the CEO that I am today. So I just really, really was a student of the game through and through. From like watching, I always wanted to do it like Master P did. You know what I'm saying? And own my shit.
There you
That
go.
that the kid is like, damn, this nigga P, he ain't the best rapper, but this nigga's the best fucking businessman overall. You know what I'm saying? He might not be shooting the best 3-point shots, but he's winning the championship
Mm-hmm.
every. You know what I'm saying? I always championed
Yeah.
that guy. So that's where it all started for me, and just coming from that club, from that generation. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Yeah. And like you were
Yeah,
saying with Master P, like you can have all the talent, but your talent is not going to put you out there.
yeah. P
You
had
got to understand that.
that shit was different the way he was going about it, because like I think at the time it was groundbreaking and unconventional. Nobody was flooding. Like I think we got to always credit that to Master P. You know what I'm saying? And No Limit. They showed us what it's like. Was what the results of flooding the market could be. You know what I'm saying? So that shit definitely,
Mm-hmm.
and ownership. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, I would like to
Yeah.
see the ownership. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. And aside from Master P, that's it seems to be the common thing down in the South. That's how they push their music.
Yeah, I mean, the South, those guys have a real knack for business. I mean, for my travels and shit, I lived in Tampa for I say about 3 years of my life, cumulatively. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And what I learned from being down there with my family and shit down there, that those guys respect business. You know what I'm saying? Your business is tight, your business is solid. Let's do business. You know what I'm saying? So I think that carries over into the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Because music is essentially a hustle without a major corporation behind you. And shit,
Yeah.
So I mean, I look at how they down there, they had shit coming out the trunks and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm 35. I know I don't look my age. You know what I'm saying? But I was there for all of that shit, so I was able to watch the evolution of the music industry, the decreasing and the depletion of the record business. You know what I'm saying? And I also see the resurgence of where it's at now. So I've had to navigate through that shit. It wasn't a short shot for me. Like, yo, this is how it is. Every time we got to the point where I felt I could make it, the game would change. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn to be a trendsetter and not follow the trend. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it became for me.
Now with the chain that you were just showing everybody, what was your what was the first thing with TM with I'm sorry, with
Yeah.
T Pain that you wanted to put out?
Oh man, like it was so like I said, I started putting out tapes in like 2003. You know what I'm saying? From 2003 maybe to about 16 in 2003, turning 17. So from 2003 to 2006, I'm just a nigga in the hood with balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, and credit to my side, like anybody that stepped to the plate got their head sliced. So it's like we came from that battle and shit. It wasn't even about being nice and friendly on the track. You know what I'm saying? Like my comrades, we all started out as like rivals. You know what I'm saying? And from battles and shit like that, it's a mutual respect in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm the fucking best. Like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it ain't me, it's either my son Prof or my man Bezo. Like it's like that's it. So we grew up with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it just carried over so much. You feel me? And it just made me a better MC to the point where I could deliver certain shit at a certain capacity. You feel me? And when you go back home, It's like, you know, they how can I say it? It's like certain things is expected. Like I don't really, a lot of people don't know that. Like I don't wow my community. You know what I'm saying? It's like we seen that before, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost expected. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm doing right now, they're expecting that shit. Because that's how it's been for me for so long since I was a kid. So like to just come up and go through them transitions helped me a lot. You know. So like with the chain, you've seen a lot of transitions. You know what I'm saying? And it went from us being the crew to me about to make this official mixtape with DJ On Point. Like it's like now I'm grown. Like I'm not jumping on the mixtapes and just throwing these niggas tracks and getting played at the bottom of the mixtape. Or
Right.
I might make it cover because that's how the game was back then. You know what I'm saying? Like they talk about art now, but back then we was selling mixtape covers as art. You couldn't sell the music itself. You know what I'm saying? If you really know. You know what I'm saying? So I remember being on the bottom of them tapes and climbing to the top. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point with my niggas is like, yo, what did it be like if you put a whole tape out and it's just you? Like the whole tape. And it started with just wanting to hear it. So when I put the tape together and shit, we was like, yo, we gonna get DJ On Point to stream on it and host the tape. He was the hottest, still is one of the hottest DJs to me. But you know, he was on fire with the G and the shit and all of that. So you know, that and I'm about to make the tape cover now. So like I had to make a tape cover. I'm like, I'm about to get icy. Just the trophy right here. Fuck it. Not a picture like this. I'm just looking down at the chain, but that became the album cover and shit. So it really was just a matter of me taking a picture for a fucking album cover. And you know, back then niggas was wearing chains, but nobody had custom chains at the time. Only my nigga Ryo. Shout out to Fully Focused, my guy Ryo, that actually recorded the tape. Me and him was like him and Fab and Mano had to be the first dudes in Brooklyn with custom chains on, you know what I'm saying? It's like a trophy. It's like this. Whenever I think I can't make it, I just think back to that first tape. And it's like, yeah, I remember this right here. It all started with this. You have to mean the foundation too. You know what I'm saying? It was the foundation for this. That's how I came. And like I went to art school. I just whipped that shit up on the napkin right quick. Went down to the jeweler. Like, you can make this? Come on. Just shut out. Boom. That was it. But it all started from the movements and like it evolving over time. He wasn't always called Team Fame. You know what I'm saying? And then I started screaming that shit on the track. You know what I'm saying? And that shit stuck. So like the hood ran with it. And then like, you know, after the Sway in the Morning shit, years later after I made it a chain, it ended up having to become a real business and put an LLC behind it and legitimize everything that we're doing. We made so much money. We made so much money on the mixtape scene. Like my first tape, we did 5,000 copies on the street. And like we 19, 20 years old, you run through that money, partying and bullshit and guns and smoke and all kind of dumb shit and sneakers and you know, so like I had to really refine myself and become a businessman too. You know, I made the mistakes other artists make.
And during that mixtape time, how did you end up getting on that BET cipher?
Oh man, wow, we was digging. That actually came out the gate. My producers at the time, LNX Music, they was dealing with an artist named Nina B from Brooklyn, and her team was really known for making power moves for niggas at the time. And her manager, shout out to Amber Ravenel, that's my homegirl. I love Amber for death for that. Amber was like, yo, this tape coming out is fire, but we need to put some steam behind this shit. Like, yo, you want to do this BET cipher? I'm like, hell yeah, you know, because I remember being a kid telling my friends, like, yo, if I ain't on Rap City, by the time I'm 21, I'm done. I'm telling them I'm going to go play baseball and shit, get back on my baseball shit. So I was blessed and that happened actually about a month and a half after I turned 21. So God is great, you know what I'm saying? But that's how that got plugged up. My homegirl Amber she was like, yo, you got to go in there with that shit. Like, that shit you be talking, that's the perfect place for it. So I was like, all right, bet. And I met Shot Stim a lot that day too. So that was cool to meet another Brooklyn MC that I always seen what he was doing and always I always loved his shit because he always, you know, had his own style. You know, he ain't sound like nobody.
Nah. He's still one of my favorites, even though, you know, he don't be rhyming like that anymore, but he's still one of my favorites. Man.
Killing, but he's like, you don't gotta do it no more. I think like the moment in like those guys from Brooklyn, like him and Curtains and like Shabam Sadiq, like those guys right there is like rap titans. You know what I'm saying? Like half
you mentioned Curtains. Wow.
Yeah, Curtains my guy. Like these is like Curtains is like one of them guys that was like, damn, like you want to be like Curtains. That nigga lines is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up on Banana Fab battling, Shove on fucking Flex from Brooklyn. I remember all of that shit. So like I'm a real student of this game. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't just come out this way for no reason. Like my niggas on my block always say like, yo, that's a burnt biscuit right there. Like I've been in the oven too long. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So loving being here and shit.
That's dope. And you know, it's dope that you know at the time that you knew when you were younger, you know, I can't keep doing it this way, and you actually put forth a business and
Yeah.
you know started switching things up. You know, a lot of people they don't have that mind frame yet. So
I mean, you know, niggas try to act like they smarter than what they know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. Like you gotta stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because even the genius learns from a dummy how not to
yeah,
be dummy. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote. Like I don't want to be misquoted, but I remember when we pressed up the first 5,000 tapes. Right? I was in college at the time, believe it or not, playing baseball, and my business teacher. I used to come to school with my jewelry on and shit. I'm feeling myself, man. You know, I got like 2, 3 chains and shit. And I sit, but my mom's always taught me since I was a kid. You in class, sit in the front. So that shit just brought me stuck over to college. So I'm sitting right in the front of my fucking business teacher in class with all my jewelry on and shit. So he'll always say some shit to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And we going back and forth in 2007 about, I'm like, yo, you don't tell me nothing. I just made 5,000 last week off of, you know what I'm saying, a little light ass 1,000 mixtapes. And he's like, well, you know, what about making the product one time and selling that shit 1,000,000 times and you only got to make it once? So he was already giving me game back then. You know what I'm saying? And like, shout out to Professor Romano. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my guy, because whenever I think about business decisions and structure, it take me right back to being in his class with my hat to the back and all my jewelry on. And you know what I'm saying? He's just giving me game. And I see how much foresight this businessman had. Because we used to ask some bullshit like, so if you got so much money, why you teach? Like, bro, you know, having your own business don't give you health benefits. You know what I'm saying? Little shit like that. He gave you jewels in that way. So it just stuck. But I knew
that's smart.
once the sway in the morning shit happened, because I always was thinking about them talks. You know what I'm saying? And once the sway in the morning shit happened, it was like, nah, I can't miss this opportunity. Like, what if somebody just run with my brand and my name and just like, there's nothing I could do about it after that. It's like starting from ground zero again after we
Yeah,
already. I done did 13 mixtapes to get to this point, to meet this man. Like, you know what I'm saying? God done chosen me a certain way to be able to seize that opportunity when it came. You know what I'm saying? So all of that shit, I just had to make the right decision and make it a business. I know from like the shit we did on the streets, what I learned in school, you know what I'm saying? It's not really that much difference. The only thing that separates that line is like legal and illegal. You know what I'm saying? So we did them. I didn't want to become like DJ Drama. I know I was doing units in the street. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm living a good life off of this shit. The last thing I want is a nigga kicking my door in. You know what I'm saying?
that's true. Yeah.
And quiet is kept. You know what I'm saying? Them taxes is good. Them taxes is good on the return. You know what I'm saying? That's some game for you right there. You know?
Dope. And Kilo Dreams with the historian, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us, you know, at that point where you know it's official. This is what I'm doing.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I made that, I felt like I came off a dry year. You know, I never was the artist that didn't put out no music for a whole year. In 2017, I put out, I think, a single, and I was thinking about doing Bandcamp years before that shit, but I had caught a deal with Universal and shit. So it was like, let me see what this about. But in the meantime, I'm gonna just throw that single on there and see what happens. And I didn't think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I know how to work any product, but I just wanted to put it there and see what happened organically. I left it there for a few months. And, you know, me, Chase, and Fetty had went on tour, and we had hit 8 cities. So when I was doing them 8 cities, I was just, you know, we kind of was getting the feel for what the fuck the people wanted from us once they seen us as a person. What songs they like, you know what I'm saying? What songs they didn't like. After we came off tour, I told Fetty, like, yo, look, I got a sound in my head. You know what I'm saying? I got these beats I found on the internet. I want to fuck, you know what I'm saying? And I had already had an EP that I'm still sitting on and I'm going to eventually put out. But when I heard them historian beats, and like I said, we was coming off a dry year. Like, you know, that tour was costly. You know, it didn't yield the results that we thought it would yield monetarily, but the connections was great. I took a big hit financially on that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was back on the block once I got over tour. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I got over tour, like, yo, I had to go to the stash and just get back in the mud. And in the midst of doing that, I'm telling Fetty, like, look, I got this sound in my head, bro. I got to come all the way to the Bronx and record this shit. I don't want this shit sounding like clean. I don't want this to sound like it came out of, I don't want it to sound like some industry shit. I want it to sound muddy. So we used to sit there on the phone, just talk about different shit. We not even listening to this shit. We just talking about, like, different mixes that we like from back in the day. Like, yo, I like the fucking old RZA mixes. I like the old Mobb Deep mixes. Yo, I want to hear a nigga microphone pop again. Like, you know what I'm saying? You missing that. I want to no spit flying out this nigga mouth right now. He's saucy. I want to hear all of that. Rap is too clean right now. You know, and like when you listen to my voice, it's a different, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to also strip it down to its purest. I'm a minimalist. I wanted it in its purest form. You know, and I always told niggas, it's funny how we got to sit here and map the projects with Gucci, man. Like, no shade at Gucci, you know what I'm saying? But Gucci shit used to be sounding like it was recorded in the fucking bathroom, you know what I'm saying? But you hear it at a party, so I really stopped caring. So I made that project, and I was back in the trenches, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting up early in the morning, I'm dropping the kids off to the school, I'm pitching the pack again, coming home, doing homework with the kids. We got a new crib, the crib ain't even furnished yet. I'm writing this music, and just came off a tour, all of that shit. I was just dreaming to get to a brick again. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to just get my weight up to a brick again. So that's like Kilo Dreams came out of life, real life experiences, trying to get that bag back up. And that was the music that was just like the soundtrack to that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know how the underground community was going to be receptive to it. I didn't know. You know, I didn't give a fuck. That was the whole thing. I didn't give a fuck. I just know I didn't want to. But what's going to be different from this run versus that run was going to be none of that. I don't want you to see none of that. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why you don't see me on the covers and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you looking at me for this. I want you to see. I want you to hear me first. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So that's why with Kilo Jeans, you know, it was also good because I was able to get back into my artistic side of making my covers based on art and not based on an image. You know what I'm saying? So I have to create this image rather than be this image. You know what I'm saying? And it just all worked out. So it was a social experiment. I wanted to definitely cut an EP that was gonna be vinyl worthy and just like experiment with vinyl. I did enough research on it over the whole 2017 year. I also wanted to you think shooting the video. I also wanted to put my shit on cassette for the nostalgic collectible type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I was already doing digipacks, like shit like this. I was already doing that. Yeah. When I launched my company, I bought the digipack out because I was already doing mixtapes, so I had to enhance the mixtape from when we was Team Fame Gang, throwing up gangs and shit, to Team Fame Music Group. You know what I'm saying? So,
got you.
You know, for that shit, that's how it all leveled up over time. You know what I'm saying? We was Team Fame Gang, we didn't have merch. We just had mixtapes and, yo, what's up? You got $5, give me what you got. You became that. Came Team Fame Music Group, I came with the hats, the merch. We came with a brand, Stone Lake, so it built over time, you know?
Oh, man.
Like,
yeah.
With the art, that's how I became that. But like, just putting it to vinyl and putting it to cassette was like so essential because it was like, wow, I can make this shit happen. And I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know if people was gonna buy it. I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because if I had to get on the block and sell them motherfucking tapes the way I sold the mix, you know, I was getting rid of them shit too. You know what I'm saying? But just to have those formats, I never had my music on these formats before. It still gave me that inspiration. And I love Kilo Dreams forever for that. Forever.
Dope, man. And you definitely got the business mind and that savvy that, you know, I want to learn how to improve on it. That's dope.
And I'm just trying, you know, for me it's unconventional shit. Team Fame Music Group isn't my first time like running a brand or making a company. I learned a lot of this shit that I know. A lot of the DIY stuff I know come from really studying Planet Asia on the musical side of shit. Mm-hmm. I would give that about 20% of my knowledge. Another, you know, 30% of that shit come from trial and error. But I really grew up as a rollerblader, you know, and the rollerblade community is basically so small of a community. It hasn't grown to the industry yet if you aggressive inline skate. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you into recreational skating and shit, that's humongous, you know.
It's different, but, yeah.
I had my own clothing company at 15 because a lot of my guys couldn't get sponsored. I just made a fucking company to sponsor my own guys myself. I had the money from like, hustling and shit when I wasn't skating. So, I took that, put a couple of my guys that I believed in, put the money behind what they was doing. And fuck it, you can't get in a video, you gotta make our own video. Let's get some cameras, let's do it. Can't get a clothing sponsor? Fuck it. I'll design some shit.
Yep.
Put this on, let's make some money. So these things and how you pitch to people to get in magazines and stuff back then. I was able to carry that over into the music shit when I stopped skating. Because predominantly most of my core supporters is the niggas I grew up skating with or I went to school with that been following me as a rapper since we was little kids. You know what I'm saying? So this is some shit that been brewing since I was 12 years old. It's not some overnight shit. No shade to nobody and nothing. No, I'm not sparked by the new renaissance or none of that shit. This is what I've been doing. I'm honored to partake in it though. Like it's more than an honor to partake in it and be a factor. And know that I've carved my own lane. Even before the big homies got involved and shit.
Absolutely.
I also appreciate like the listeners because that's what made me make the shit that I made. Because I didn't feel like the people that was listening to my music, they were listening to it, but they wasn't appreciating it. To be having this interview right now with somebody like you that appreciates the music, that's what it was all for. Without the money, I'd have just stayed on university.
True that.
Real talk.
So you just brought up two things in sports that you did: rollerblading and baseball.
Right.
So how long you been in the baseball?
Oh man. All right, so my whole family played baseball.
Oh, okay.
So my granddad, shout out to my granddad, Fred Burns. My granddad played big league ball for the Mets. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make it to the big stage, but he played, I think, AA ball and single A. And my cousin Boo Boo actually got drafted. You know what I'm saying, to the Mets. And I was born the night that the Mets won the World Series. So like that shit is just in my DNA.
Wow.
I was in foster care. And like I never played baseball until I got about 5 years old. It was the first time I ever played baseball. But it was natural. Like I was playing 8 and under when I was 5 because it just came so natural. And that was something that just came to me when I was in foster care. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that shit is I found solitude in that and just really took to that young. But that was my shit. Baseball training was different. Niggas might not know. But we used to be out there with the high school guys and they think I'm 8, but I'm 5, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm bigger than the kids I'm with at the time. And like, when it's spring workouts, everybody out there getting the same intense training from the grown men all the way down. And I lived in the Spanish neighborhood.
It don't matter, yep.
Mercy on the kids, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was my first love. I actually, like, a lot of people don't know, like, I had to put off baseball to be here with y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's my first love. My basketball coach made me get off the team because he said, "You're not playing hard enough. You love baseball. Get off my team."
Get off the team. Even he knows. Hey.
I mean, he had me since I was in 2nd grade. He knew, like, yo, you love baseball, bro. So, and that was the best thing that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, you let me go.
What position did you play?
The entire infield.
Okay.
The entire infield. I mean, I played all 9. I never competed I never played under the umpire as a back catcher. I never did that. But I played all 8. I played every other 8 positions. I specialize in base. That's my natural. My favorite position is, of course, shortstop. Like, of course, like I was always like G'd out as a kid, but I really, really respected the times I had to play third base because it was like no slipping. Third base, the hot corner. First base was always fucking boring, but you get all the action. It's fucking boring. Yeah, but I started pitching when I was about 12 years old. From 12 to like pitching is what got me in high school and got me drafted to college and shit. Get recruited rather. So that was my thing. But like I really loved playing the infield. That was my shit right there. That's serious. I just stopped playing in 2019, so I could put out Bernieville, and it was like a semi-pro situation. Like we don't get paid to play the games, but the champion get to go play the champions of DR, and all the scouts will be there and shit, and you might have a chance to get signed or whatever. But I was just there for rec. So that shit was cool though, because it was good to see I still got it with these young boys. And these dudes, like, they different now. Like they different now, yo. They different, for real.
Wow, that's dope. I didn't know all that.
Yeah. I mean, I still get dirty. I still got my I got a good piece of lumber in the crib. You know, I got about 15 balls in the bag. If you ever come to the Red Room, you'll see. It's like I got right there. I got some baseball over there. Everything else is studio equipment, and then there's just Jordans everywhere. So it's like everything I love in one space. You know what I'm saying? And that's my space. You know what I'm saying? It's back in my mom's crib. It's my creative zone. And I was storing shit up there for years once I moved out. So it's like I just turned it to the studio and shit. But it's everything right there. Yeah.
Dope. Now, with all your projects that you have out, were you the one that created all the covers?
Yeah, all but two. Two covers that I didn't do rather. I went to Trevor Lane for, and that's Infamous Villains and Beautiful
Oh,
Struggle.
okay.
But even those covers itself, I did the preliminary designs. It's just like, you know, a lot of people don't know I made all those artworks that you saw. I made them on my phone. Everything I've done for the underground is exclusively DIY. Everything that I've done been on my phone. This shit is broke. Motherfucker been through shit. You hear me? Like this, right? Woo! But everything except Beautiful Struggle and Infamous Villains. You know what I'm saying? I personally did myself. It was for my vision, my curation. I actually need those covers to finish some of these projects up because I gotta see it. Like I hear it, I can feel it. I gotta see it at the same time. I'm very, very much in tune with the whole creative process of it. So that's like, you know, once I get to the point where I'm ready to make the cover, I know I'm finishing this project up. You know what I'm
So,
saying?
and being that you mentioned Infamous Villains, that was one of your early projects that, when those physicals came out, those sold fast.
That shit, I know.
And
Woo!
what was the other one? I think the other one with Uncle Tim, Pirates Vision, was another one.
This is clockwork. I mean, that right there was the first. That was the first run of vinyl I did. Because when I did the Kilo Jeans shit, I only pressed about 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? Just to see. I did my went and got some late cut just to see what it was about. Shit was fucking expensive, waste of money, waste of time. But you know, it's a learning process. When I went back and did the Infamous Villains project, you know, I was like, this is the whole concept behind it. And when I was going with it, I was like, you know, this is. I felt personally that I had built up enough momentum from my previous 3 releases, which is Red Rum and fucking Ballad of Goldie, Kilo Dreams, and then I also threw in Stoner Life because I was like late with the Red Rum release. You know, I felt I had enough steam to like go for it, and it sold out in 12 hours. I was like, wow. You know, that was like right there. I knew like he was on to something different because it felt like, then this is mixtape money on steroids. You know what I'm saying? There's less copies. You know, I understand that I'm a boutique artist. That's when I understood right there that I'm not a DIY artist anymore. I just evolved to a boutique artist. This is a niche I'm carving out for myself. And the people that's supporting me are not supporters. They're investing in me. So I have to give them the best. I have to step my best foot forward in product. You know what I'm saying? And in music and in clock. You know, and I think that's why I didn't rush to put out visuals, because I never wanted to give a shitty visual with a great project and kill that. I'd much rather let it play on your imagination on what I'm doing at the time or something like that. But that was a good. It opened up a can of worms for me as a brand and as the person behind the brand.
And at the same time, Ballad of Goldie was another one on cassette that sold pretty fast. I remember that time.
That was crazy too, because Ballad of Goldie, like and people may not realize that back then. In 2018, it's a thing going on in 2018. It's a fucking shootout. Like you got K Burns, you got Rome Street, you got Source Heights, you got Remnant Villain, you got Bub Rock, you got fucking who you got? You got Immobile Is, you got a bunch of niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's just firing off. You know what I'm saying? And FD Nack is firing crazy. Like FD been my guy for years before the rap shit. So like to see all this going on, I didn't want to do the same thing over and over and just keep hitting you with a different format. So back then I'm switching up the format. It's like this is Digipack. That's on hard set. You know what I'm saying? Hard copy CD. That's on set. Go put that on vinyl. Time I got 2 Infamous Villains, it was time to get that vinyl because I done ran through so many different formats. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was nerve wracking because it's like, yo, if this shit don't sell, you putting up bands, you just sitting on some shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I believe in I bet on me at all times. You know what I'm saying? I always do.
Dope.
Nothing shit.
And with these producers that you've been working with, some dope producers, were you the one reaching out to them? Some of them reaching out to you?
I think 50-50, because I'm
Okay.
I'm big on myself to not tell a producer they dope. Like, some producers is that ill and that much up in the food chain where it's like, you gotta reach out. What you going, like, a closed mouth ain't gonna get fed. And some other producers just heard my shit going to work, and it's like, you can't turn down somebody that's fucking with you. I wasn't raised like that. You fuck with who fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those relationships I don't even have anymore because they wasn't genuine, but at the time it seemed genuine. Or, you navigating through the game and you gotta step through the bullshit to find a diamond. You know what I'm saying? So
True.
I was fortunate enough to go through that part of the game as well. And like, that's a learning experience. You got to take it in stride. A lot of people get jaded by that shit. I was blessed to work with fuckboys and I was blessed to work with legends. Charge it to the fucking game.
Absolutely.
That's serious. Like, some of these guys that you give a fuck about them, they don't give a fuck about me. They just want to get their name out there.
Their money. Yep.
And I respect it. I'm charging just how much it costs. And in some instances, it's like, nah, they genuine and I feel they grind. It goes a verse for free. You know what I'm saying? Take that and run with it. I hope you do the best with it. So, it's all about the approach. And I'm sure it's been situations where niggas charged me and got $0 fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not paying that price. And there's been situations where I didn't have to say nothing. It's just like, yo, you dope, let's work. So like, it's like I said, it's the yin and yang, the balance is the Libra effect. That's what I call that shit. So you got to take that shit in stride. Yep. And besides, y'all know I got Ecto and fucking Dirty Diggs.
There you go.
That shit, man. Y'all know that, man. But
that speaks for itself.
Shout out to the bros, man. Look at my guys. My niggas are shining right now. You know what I'm saying? We having a blessed time. It's a blessed time in our lives, and we just giving y'all the best versions of us. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Shout out Dirty Diggs. Who do you know has their own website that ends in world, not .com, .world?
Yeah, .world. I mean, that shit it just shows the reach. You know what I'm saying? And
yep.
Volume. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And that goes back to you as well with the having your own brand. You got your own website that you have your physicals on, and you also have it on Bandcamp at the same time when you got a new release.
Yeah, I mean, I do it that way because I want the people to be able to come directly to me as much as possible.
Absolutely.
I like to feel like a copy, whether you know it or not. I'm touching all these copies, so when you get the copy of my shit in the mail, it's like shaking my hand. I'm making sure I touch that shit. I'm flipping it over. I'm looking at the packaging and all of that. So, I mean, it's like the way we just doing this shit is getting it directly to the people. You know what I'm saying? So, me and JR was just talking about this shit the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, do we want to put some shit back on Bandcamp? But it's then like, of course, you got to put shit on Bandcamp because that's a population of people that love us too. So I try to get it to shift. I might put some limited copies on Bandcamp for those diehards because I know the people that's on Bandcamp really fuck with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the people on your site that's probably more so coming from Instagram and Twitter, or maybe via email list, or maybe just word of mouth. I got QR codes all around this shit, so you might scan a QR code to take you to my Bandcamp page. That's not coming directly from being a band camper. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's no platform like Bandcamp. I've never ever shown Bandcamp the platform, but I do see some holes in the system, and I do see some industry play there that I'm not too fond of. So it's like I'm not doing this to like attract somebody attention at Bandcamp. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to get signed by Bandcamp. I'm looking to get my music directly to a person that needs that shit. A person that's in tune with the culture, a person that wants to collect a piece of art and that wants to partake in a moment of time. Like Bandcamp for me is an experience when I go on there. I'm not just on there looking at my shit. I'm on the charts, I'm checking out other artists. I don't even listen to like whatever comes on iTunes and shit. So I'm gonna always fuck with Bandcamp, but my website is gonna always have more exclusive shit that you can't get. Like you're not gonna get these videos on other like YouTube all the time. There's gonna be some shit on my website that you have to go to the website to get that experience. It's gonna be merch that you see me wearing on Instagram, but you can't go to Shopify and get it. You have to come directly to my site and get it, or come to my pop-up shop, or come to my show. Because my thing now is getting the investor to get out the house. COVID's over. So I need y'all to get out off your ass and come fuck with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, come fuck with me. And that's why I'm not signing copies no more. Because it's like, now, right, cool. I can sign a copy, right? And make my product worth that much more. And I can sign this copy, willingly know that. I'm willingly knowing this. I know this shit, you know? I sign it, I see it online, surface up for hundreds of dollars more. Now, I don't got a problem with it. It's actually flattering, right? But here go the thing. I don't want to do that. If you can do that, get the money, right? But come out to my show and come fuck with me, though. And then do that. You know what I'm saying? So I want the fan, supporter, the investor, whomever it is come be more involved, more engaging. You know what I'm saying? Bernie got a lot of love to give, man. I spread love to Brooklyn way. Come fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. Can't hear you.
I was saying when you come through with the product, it's a bigger appreciation.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of my personal. It's me. You're not buying a CD, buying a piece of me. Like, I'm gonna give you the best piece of me I can give you. You know what I'm saying? That's serious.
Yeah. Now you said part of you studying the game was through Planet Asia, but at what point did you actually meet up with Planet Asia and then become part of Gold Chain?
Well, I met Age back in 2018. I was in the crib. I was at my house in Brooklyn and shit. And I grew up with A. Rashid and shit. And A. Rashid, I was a kid that he know Planet Asia. And I never fucking believed him. Man, you don't know fucking Planet Asia. Whatever. Like, he from Brooklyn. This nigga from Fresno. How the fuck you know Planet Asia, nigga? For real. But he brought Age to my crib. I was like, oh, all right. That's what we doing? All right. So I met Age in 2018. And I can say late 2019, mid 2019, I officially became Chain. Because I had met Sab Kill when I was like 20 years old. And he was already telling me to, like, push this Gold Chain shit. Cause like, like, we was talking, I'm telling him how much I'm fucking with Asian.
Yeah.
Officially be knighted into the chain and shit by the man himself, rather than just be repping something and I ain't even meet the man yet. You know what I'm saying? So that was a good look. And it been on ever since. I mean, he did a fucking interview in Brooklyn. He called me up one day. We got up, we built, and like, it was like one of them rare times in New York. It was just me and him. You know what I'm saying? And we got the bill. Every time I'm with Asia in New York, we probably around my way for some reason. I don't know why. Like, we never on rap time. He just be in the hood with us. And it just went down like that. And he just was always telling me, like, yo, when you get to Cali, shit gonna be lit. You know what I'm saying? And I had moved out of New York, and he was telling me, like, yo, whenever you come out here, come out here. And when I came out here, it was like, I was already chained. You know what I'm saying? But then we started building, creating this thing now, and I've been stuck out this motherfucker ever since. But I love it though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's dope, man. So how's it feel to be out there?
This is a dream come true shit for me, personally, because I wanted to go to Long Beach State. That was the school I had committed to. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But for me, hip hop started in like with NWA. You know what I'm saying? And, going there with it, I was like, I want to really check out the Cali, see if my music is fly out there. So to be out here now doing that shit is lit. That shit is super lit. How you doing? So it was nice to meet you. So it was just a beautiful thing to be able to be out here with the music and be with Gold Chain, being a lifelong listener of Age, and also being like a real hip hop head and being in the loops and watching the whole underground industry leave New York and come out to SoCal. To be here now partaking in this shit is like really a dream come true. You know what I'm saying? So I love every moment of the shit. The weed is good, the tacos is good, the burritos good, girls, pretty toes.
Can't beat it.
I thought to visit this shit. Like, the list could go on, you know what I'm saying? know, just the fact that I'm out here able to do what I'm doing at the capacity that I'm doing it with the people that I'm doing it with, that's the ultimate blessing. You know, and I gotta always give the Most High glory for that shit. And I gotta thank all the listeners for the support to get me to this point right here, because I couldn't do it by myself. And I gotta acknowledge.
Dope. Now, did Fifth James move out there too?
Nah, but he might as well bring his ass out here. Nah, Pip is crazy. Pip flyer mileage is crazy right now. You hear me?
Oh
My boy
man,
is crazy. I remember being the flyer mileage guy, but Pip is out here, if not every 4 weeks, every 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? At least, you know, because we've been building a thing. We all been working on our albums at the same time. So, you know, Pip is out here. He don't live here, but he might as well. You know what I'm saying? For real.
got you.
Brother, man.
Absolutely. And who else you got over there with you right now? That's in the background.
Oh man, see, I'm in the crap side. So who is this? It's Dirty Diggs, it's Planet Asia, Yaya, fucking Us Kingpin, the young lady that just came in. I think I hit M80 out here somewhere. That's M80 big my bad. Who else? 1,000 Words just left. My nigga 1,000 Words. I see my boy. I
That's what's
see.
up.
That's my nigga right there. It's good to see I always love my hometowners coming here. That's my more Hus. Nigga Hus came. It's my birthday. Wake your ass up. Oh, bro. We got some cake and shit for the nigga. It was good to see your people from back home. Got me in the building already.
You breaking up a little bit.
But I said it's the basic night, you know, and the guys, you know, me and the Kane. Right. You do an interview. Interview. Good poppin', y'all. A lot could go down at this crib. You never know. Be active over here. Yeah, me and Yaya a crazy running shit. So it's like whenever I'm doing something, coincidentally, the sis got something going on. Tomorrow, so that been like my running mate this year. You know, it's good. She make me push my pen sharper because she's a hell of a writer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's another diverse talent.
Yeah, she's something. She's like a unicorn. I tell her every day she's like a unicorn with this rap shit. And just don't know how she go. Wherever she go, they gonna stop it. Gotta deliver. She's actually I would say Yaya like my conduit to LA. Like she kind of like bridges me in because you know everybody's older or got their own lives. So it's like I said, y'all so fucking synonymous with each other right now. It's like she got me eating different. He diet and shit. I'm telling got niggas on smoothies and shit down every day. But it's just good to have that camaraderie amongst, you know, you never know who's gonna pop up. You know, just be working, you know. And that's how a lot of this music get done. We just be working. You know? Yes, sir.
I could go through all your projects, but
I mean, if you want to, look, I told you, like, you know, I'm not gonna hold nothing back. I'm gonna give you real in-depth answers. I'm not gonna be like on some cheap shit. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to you real. I respect the investment you put in knowing my music. So I owe you that. You know what I'm saying? I owe you that.
Respect.
Likewise. Yep, likewise.
So let's talk about Beautiful Struggle.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Beautiful Struggle. That's probably my that's my favorite. That probably is my most personal project from an emotional standpoint. And that's definitely my favorite project from a realistic standpoint. I was able to zero in on a moment in time recently. I didn't have to. Nothing in there really is retrospect. You know, I'm giving you my whole existence as an artist. That's the artist story right there. You know, the other shit is my life story. That's Kareem. But you want to know K Burns, the struggles of K Burns, and the frustrations of rap, and ups and the downs, the triumphs and the tragedies. It's all in that project, you know. And then like, you know, the beats. I never got to curate beats like that personally, like how I did with Echo, you know. So it was good to do that in-house shit. Because it was like, yo, I don't like, not to say I don't like, it was like, yo, not to be honest, it's nothing I didn't like about it. It would just say some things like, yo, we don't need those drums right there. Take that shit out. Or like, yo, like Bernie coming, we ain't talk about that on there. You know what I'm saying? Like we made sure we covered all grounds on that project. From the females to the dope dealing, everything, like I said, everything that's going on in my life at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's on that project. It's on that shit. That's it. Legend, what up? We just working. Some little bit of shit I got left. About to get some more. You got that red velvet? I'm sorry they didn't have the cake, homie. My fault. I wish they had the cake. You know how we do. I wish they had the cake. It's my God. It's my God for that. I got you, my nigga. You know I got you. Come on, that's New York shit, baby. Yeah, that's my guy right there. This nigga hustle's crazy. That's my nigga right there. Yeah, but. You here again? My fault. Us, New York. Come on. You know we got interviews and going, nigga. Hey, you can doing the live? Yeah, go for it. Go for it, baby. Okay. That's what they say. Go for it, baby. But now we just be working and shit, man. You know, building things. For a moment in time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's really. But with Beautiful Struggle, like I said, I was able to a lot of those beats I was sitting on. I won't even lie. Cause like, all right, so Ecto sent me so many beats. And it's virtually impossible to go through all these beats at one time. Like it is almost like I'm lying if I tell you I listen to every beat that's sent. So even with my own brother, right? I gotta go back sometimes, right? And when I'm not working on a project or doing features with somebody or trying to make the dots connect, you know, you gotta sit and get that home base, that tender loving care too. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely what that came out of. I was about putting out a full album that was in-house one. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to tell a story that I was going through at that time. And it was perfect timing. Ecto had more than enough time. I was living in North Carolina. I recorded that shit outside of New York. It was just great timing to like just zero in on my feelings. You know, I gave a little bit of that shit on Pimp God, but I didn't get in depth how I really could. And that wasn't fully produced by Ecto. You know what I'm saying? So if you listen to Stop Beat or Pimp God, it kind of give you a premise to where we went with it with Beautiful Struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because Pimp God was more for the chicks. Wow. Wow. I remember sending you your copy too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, just like I was able to elaborate on the female shit more rather than just coming up with some fly shit. I was able to make a charisma. You know what I'm saying? On there. Where you wouldn't have got a charisma on Pimp God. It wouldn't have fitted. You know what I'm saying? I had it already, but it wouldn't have fitted. You know what I'm saying? It fit Beautiful Struggle a lot more. And, I wanted to make music. I got tired of throwing darts. You know, sometimes you get lost. Like I look at the NBA now, you see everybody shooting shots. I wanted to start mid-range shooting again, like DeMar DeRozan. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to play my game. I didn't want to play the game everybody else is playing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what K Burns do. That's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? As a person. So that project also, I think, may have separated me from the pack. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. If you don't know who that is, let's see. I'm in the interview. You never know. So, Pompey. Poppy, G. How you doing? Everybody hit the back. Look, got an interview and shit. Now you good though. You good though, fool. How you? I'll be back there in a minute, nigga. I can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Never know. Like again, like I said, whoever watching, but you know, like I said, I think that project definitely separated me from the pack. Because if you didn't know the songwriting skills, you got to see it on there. You didn't know I got shit for the chicks, you heard it on there. If you ain't know my story, as a person, you got to hear it as an artist. So, yeah, you know my story as a person. Now you got to hear the artist story that gave you more depth. Um, Ecto and me finally got the power of full body of work. That's the first official Team Fame music group album. So there's so much going on with that tape. That's gonna always forever be like, because people argue Ernieville, like, so, like nah, Maltese. Like I do that on purpose. Like that was Maltese. But I know Beautiful Struggle was that shit that set the pace for where I'm going with it for the rest of my life. That was like I told Ecto when we did it. I said I just feel more mature as an MC, personless.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The narrative of and the direction of the content of the music is changing. But I'm still able to be me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to sugarcoat it. I'm not coming off like on some like I'm selling out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be white. I'm not too white for the black kids or too like you know what I'm saying? Too white for the black. So I was able to be like this good old Brooklyn Bernie. You know what I'm saying? The world took it for what it was. And I think I think that album may have spoken volumes for that year because it was COVID.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so I think, like subconsciously when I think back as we having this conversation, maybe that title also resonated with people, you know, and the artwork, you know, like again, the artwork is very important. And, the original artwork that I had was almost identical to the artwork that you saw, but it was more of an abstract painting that I created. So that was dope, but I didn't get the feeling that I got when Trevor made the one with the city background. It just,
Uh,
and maybe because I wasn't home, it hit the way it did. It's locked, but maybe because I wasn't home, it hit the way it did. So I don't know who the fuck is that. Yeah. All we did was just like basically just bring New York to North Carolina mentally. You know what I'm saying? I put my mom back there. And never really put that shit on artwork. I was like, yeah, this is the one. It's complete, ready for the world. You know what I'm saying? And Architect mixed it. So it was like the perfect storm. Like Trevor Lang on the cover, Ecto on the beat, Architect on the mix. You know what I'm saying?
mix.
Shout out to
Yeah.
my guy checking in on that feature. That shit was dope. You know, that was something I know people ain't see coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? I fucks with my guy God Creasy. So it just all came together perfectly, and it personified. I think people. I know that's how I'm at now because people started noticing like, yo, this dude's grinding.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not home doing this shit. Like, oh wow, I thought you was in New York the whole time. So it kind of helped push where I'm at now. Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, now that you put it in perspective with during the pandemic, yeah, I see how that is. Yeah.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
and as I'm doing this, I'm not thinking about that. I'm like we having this conversation, so it's putting me back mentally. And I'm thinking in retrospect, like wow, maybe the fact that that was the COVID year too. That title, I'm sure a lot of people felt that, switching their lifestyles up, going from babysitting the kids, like having to drop the kids off at the babysitter to becoming a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all of
Mm-hmm.
that shit.
Yeah.
Working from getting up every day, leaving to work from home, to working at home in your most comfortable clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole bunch of shit. Not being able to go outside and all the above. I think all of that shit, the title definitely resonated with people. So,
And then you follow that up with the album that never existed.
yeah, 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 yeah. I got that. Shout out to my guy Drake, man. I'm like, man, you gotta stop fronting on my boy Drizzy, man. Drake get busy. I got that concept from Drake. Drake had the album that never was, right? And that was some ill shit right there. That boy worked. And I'm sitting on a bunch of music. I'm like, damn, Ecto, like I'm feeling it now. I'm like, I want to put out another tape. Like, I want to give the people something. So I wanted to take all the songs that was on other people's tapes that I know my direct corded in here. And you put that on one body of work. And it was like a social experiment. A lot of this shit for me is social experiments. I think Chain Gangers might have been the first album I sat down and was like, yo, this is the play. We doing this, that. I'm gonna have Santasia on this track. Piff, you hit, get on that song. Linux, like it was like that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, everything else mostly was like a would this work type of shit. Let's see what comes out of this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how it was.
And most of those tracks that were on it, is that a lot that you did in that within those 2 years?
Now, Beautiful Struggle was done in like 40 days, if that much. I might have did 40 days. I'm talking about the whole process. Recording, mixing, mastering, artwork, everything. With Chain Gangers, I knocked out. Chain Gangers started out as an EP, and I wrote that EP originally, initially, while I was doing Beautiful Struggle. And I was like, you know what? After I'm gonna go to LA for my birthday, and we're gonna just shoot some videos for this EP and put it out. When I came out here, I ended up getting stuck out here for a month with these guys. And I made so much more music that Diggs hit me up one night when I left, like, yo, we got a full fucking album. What we doing? Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? It just happened. I couldn't make this shit up. Everything that was happening right now, I guess, is meant to be. You know?
Damn.
Yeah. It's a blessing, man. I mean, like, sometimes I wake up out here in LA and shit, and you forget that I'm not in Brooklyn. I wake up 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning. It's dark. I gotta pinch myself because it's like, yo, this shit really happening. Ecto just told me, like, you lived the beautiful struggle, nigga. Like, it's over. Like, it was me and Ecto just standing at Venice Beach on Friday night, smoking the blunt, chilling. Like, we here, we here. You know what I'm saying? We here. He was just on your show, now I'm on your show. You know what I'm saying? We here.
Yep.
So sometimes they got to set in for us, too. Like, it's really happening. Like, yo, this shit is, I told him, like, yo, this shit is happening. Man, it's an honor to be here. Like, look, I'm on this shit. Like, come on, this shit is happening. It's literally fun. Hey, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I gotta pinch myself sometimes. Like, yo, this shit is. I'm just a nigga from Brooklyn with a dream. You know what I'm saying? So.
You ain't just from Brooklyn. You now OG Bernie.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm not just that little boy from Brooklyn no more. Yeah. But what's up? Let's keep going. Feels good.
No doubt, no doubt. So tell us, about these the videos.
Oh man.
You dropped death to the opposition.
Yeah.
And they came with the double the double video recently.
Yeah. I mean, I did that. I wanted to. I felt I kept the people waiting for one, and I always was a fan of like watching Smack DVDs and shit, and they had the double videos. I always like that. I never got to do one, so it was like, yo, I was telling Diggs, yo, you made both of them videos, you made both the beats. Let's put the shit together and see what the people say. And I mean, that shit went over 110,000 views in one day. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, whoa. I'm gonna always throw a couple of those out every. I'm probably throw out 2 or 3 of those throughout the year. So expect some more of those. But I mean, it's crazy to see the response that people giving. I don't put videos out that much. You know what I'm saying? I won't even sit here and act like this is some shit I'm used to. This is the visual side of it is a new experience because in the past, whenever we shot videos, something would go wrong and the video never come out. But I had this shit flowing, how it's flowing, people responding, how it's responding. Your mom blowing. It's hard not to smile. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be the fake. I'm fucking happy. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the response and reception we've been getting. But we put our blood, sweat, and tears into this music. You know what I'm saying? Like the lyrics and all of that. That shit is really, really from the heart. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To the point where it's coming easy because we just giving y'all a piece of us. Put it to motion film. It's kind of like, all right, this shit is happening. So when I see the numbers, it's like, whoa. Cause we don't do this shit for the numbers. But when you see it, it's like, what the fuck? It's hard to ignore. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it let me know let's keep going. Don't stop. We're gonna keep that shit going.
Yeah, y'all definitely a family with it, man. I tell you that.
There's more where that came from. Trust me with me. Like, we're not done. I'm loaded up. The whole clip is loaded for the year, so expect more. And I feel I also owe it to the listeners. because I know I wasn't putting them shits out, and they still fuck with me and held me down 2018 and now. So I'm definitely gonna do that shit. And look, JR right there with the camera. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. Look, we get work done at half. Ain't no other
There
way to
you
say it.
go.
Have fun.
You know what I'm saying? Look, get work done, have fun.
Yeah.
That's right, JR.
Shout out JR. That's dope.
Yeah, my son.
Oh man.
Yeah. We keep this shit going though. Life is good, you know, the work is good, and that's what's making the music come out so pure. Just having fun.
Mhm. Now, one of your projects that I was able to get physicals on as well, I don't see too often. That's Young CEO.
Yeah, my boy Ralphie.
Yes, indeed.
Woo! My boy Ralphie. That project came out of necessity too. That project put me right back to that Kill Dreams minute. It was like, yo,
Mm.
a nigga ain't, this shit ain't working. I'm ready to stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? This thing dropped. And next thing you know, Ralphie went and cooked that tape up. Dropped. Made it up. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite. That's my favorite piece of artwork. That cover.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one. But that's that shit spoke. That piece. So I had to put my little rendition, my art piece that I do, you know, when I like to animate a certain part of a picture and
Mm-hmm.
make zero in on that instead of what's going on around it. That little black boy with his fist up right there, just you know,
That's powerful.
that's all of us. You know what I'm saying? So I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
I want that to that if it 50 years never heard of me, you stumble across that just go for the picture. You know what I'm saying? You know, that was me and Ralphie with that shit. You know, and Ralphie a strong black man, so it was good to have him on the soundscape because he understood exactly what I was like. I had that artwork before I had the album. You know what I'm saying? So he knew exactly what to make. Exactly what to make.
Yeah, that's dope. Shout out to Ralphie Reese and the whole Dart unit
Yo,
doing anything.
I don't know, man. The Dart unit is like that's Team Fame cousins.
Mm.
Like you know how you got the cousins that you call when you got to fuck somebody up,
Yeah.
right? That's what the Dart unit is. Like, yo, fuck around, I call Ralphie and Vinny on your ass. You know what I'm saying? It's like fuck around, I call the map on your ass. But it's also good too because my brother Serene Cerebral is part of that type of.
But
Of
yeah.
course, his brother as well. So you know, like it's
Mm-hmm.
all tied in. You know, and then like TDU, then extension of the winners also is like part of the gold chain. It's like this shit, you can't script this. You know what I'm saying? It just happens. You know what I'm saying? And everybody belong right where they belong at.
Yeah, so it's all full circle.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I would,
Naturally.
if you would have told me as a child, this is how it's gonna be, and like yo, just chill. You're gonna be with Asia one day. Asia gonna find these dudes named Dirty Digs that beats that fucking love that nobody's making. Only they make them. Gonna be the echo where he's gonna resonate with. I wouldn't have believed that shit. Just like I ain't believe A. Rashid New Planet Asia. I didn't believe that
Mm.
shit. But like, you know, I enjoy it. I'm a big kid right now. But ain't nothing changed. I'm still a boss. I'm still that guy. You know, moms didn't raise me to be nobody's dummy. And you can't sell me no wood and nickels.
Yep.
And besides, y'all ain't making it happen. JR said they got to pay me for shows now. How much? 150,000. But nah, you know, we really just we leveling up what we doing. We doing a lot more serious. You know? But we have fun along the way. The moment this shit stopped being fun for me is the day I dropped.
You stop.
But
Yep.
I'm letting everybody hear that right now. Baseball wasn't fun no more. I left that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? When gang banging wasn't fun no more, I took a step back. You know what I'm saying? Fucking skating, I got tired of fucking being injured. Shit, pull the fuck back. Becoming fun and fulfilling, I can't do it no more because I won't love it. If it became a business itself, and this is like I gotta finish. I got deadlines to meet and shit. I wouldn't love it.
Not the same. Yeah.
And you talking to a nigga that I could juggle 2-3 projects at one time and get it done, but I don't want to ever be at the point where it's like, well, JR, we got to get this shit done by then. The Ecto, we got to get that done by that. Nah, because it's going to kill my fucking vibe. Like, I got 2 different creative processes with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So like, the way me and Jay build, we can't work on it. Like, what we doing today, I know niggas not doing it like in a week. Like, no funny shit. So it's like, why put a deadline on that? Why put a cap on that? We can come out this motherfucker with 50, 60 tracks in about 2-3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And just working comfortably rather than actually saying, yo, we doing this project and this is the concept and Bernie, you gotta look like this and JR, I need this shit. So nah, we just go in there, we smoke, we have a good time. Never know who's gonna come through and we come up with some L shit. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Mm-hmm. Okay.
When did the ad lib, the fire ad lib, start to come into play?
I've done it time. All right, so first off, shout out to Lil Fame OP. I'm not one of the niggas that don't understand. That nigga did that shit. Don't know remix with Jay-Z. I went crazy. I said, oh, I love this nigga. I'm big MOP fan. I never ever wanted to do it on the song, but fucking I've done it before on the mixtape circuit. Not thinking of it. But I was in the studio with Sauce, and Sauce was doing the Bobby Digital one day. Like, do, 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 do. Yo, well, Sauce that, if you see the shout, right? So, yo, the nigga Sauce doing the Bobby Digital. Do, 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 do. And I just said, fire! And I just kept doing that shit. I used to be mad, because I'm like, yo, why the fuck the niggas ad-libs better boy the lyrics? Like, some of the debates we have in the hood. Like, I don't, my nigga, like, I got 22 rappers on my block. Like, for real. Block. Corner to corner, there's 22 rappers. We have all kind of debates. And, you know, Mac has said some shit. Because Mac was out there with us on the South Street one day. He's like, yo, nigga, this shit is just trademark fire. Nigga, fuck, that's your shit. And we just kept running. And now when I go somewhere, screaming that shit at me. Shout out to Lil Fame, man. So I made that shit out old slogan was, baby. So yeah. That's a way of paying homage. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw that everything. That's the whole world knows. Fuck it. That nigga fire.
Yeah, you know it's about to be on the track when you hear it too.
Yeah, I was telling Ecto like the certain shit that I do for a song. Like, say this is about to be a bloodbath. But it's not fire though. Like, I gotta figure that one out. Like, it's something else I say on the song. Like, when I say this is about to be a bloodbath. When it's like, you know, like I said, it's Bernie shit, the fire, all of that stuff that I picked up along the way, that it just sticks. You know, the people like it. You got to get the people, like, this music is definitely for me. Same time I was giving it like, you know what I'm saying? And it just sound good. Fuck, the shit sound, what you think, y'all?
Yeah, it's perfect.
It ain't done. It's like when I do a feature, I don't feel right if I don't give a nigga that tag. It's like, yo, you need that too. Like, yeah, you ain't stole that fucking verse somewhere. That ass.
Let's get into the A Glorious produced project, Plato Plomo.
I always had that concept in my head, the title, and I always wanted to play with it. Ed had the beats. Ed had the like a lot of this shit, like even like with Beautiful Struggle and all that. We already had I always wanted to make this project. Like even Ecto knew I always wanted to make a project called Beautiful Struggle, but I'm not gonna force it. Just throw down that name on it. When I did the tape, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is it. Like as soon as the way the nigga loops it, like yeah, it's like narco motherfucking get a nice well carved fucking shoot a nigga head off type shit. You know, pay you with money, put a tire around him, set him on fire type shit. That type of music, you know what I'm saying? And then like the off the shelf shit, boom, like that shit just hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like And I did that Ed Glorious tape in one day. That was like one sitting in it. Smoke a bunch of weed, see what I come up with. So it was fun. And at the time too, I think he had caught me at good timing. But I was looking to do something. I didn't know what to do. So I was like, I'm looking for a sound. And I got sound. When I made the music to it, it sounded like something I wanted to make anyway, and I had something for it. So,
Got you.
you know
Yeah.
I always seen a cover with just bullets on it. Ain't gotta say nothing. Get it. You know what I'm saying? That was it. That was it. That wasn't. That was the surprisingly. You got some shit. Send me some shit, but to pick those beats, they really was cohesive.
Hmm. What other projects did you already have a cover either in your mind or created before you started getting any music or laying any lyrics down to it?
Everything from stuff I had in my head except Pirate came up with that shit. Right, so that's right. Something to make that. My alter ego is motherfucking Goldie. Fact, that's why I think you can't do nothing. That's my favorite movie. With the plot of Plum, I seen that cover in my head. Red Rum too. My
Mm.
I always put my hat, but I always wanted to. That was whenever we play Boys in the Hood, I always play the nigga that shot Rich. That shot. Straight up. My fault. But, y'all be seeing them at times. It's like movies, like book covers, like album shit like that. I think one cover I hate late when I think about it is Bomb Ties. I was doing all this extra shit. I'm talking, I'm doing all this extra all kind of you know, the three covers I made for it. And I'm not talking about the variants. One of the original covers I made because I had three variants became one of the
Hmm.
covers. But like just happened to top there. You know what that was. You know what I'm saying? Black suit, that's how like
Yeah.
you gotta see it.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
No, it was my speaker.
All right.
So when you had your variants like that, did you is that something that you always have in mind?
Oh nah, I was experimenting with that. I always
Hmm.
wanted to. And, I had enough covers and enough to play with. Uh, Uncle Tim made my favorite version of it. The Uncle Tim version, my personal favorite. It's real clean. I like my version. I like my first version. So I like my final version that the world knows with the very. And I'm minimalist over the years, but then I also like the cover with the gun because that shit like I'm a fucking gunhead. I like guns. I'm not even gonna lie. That was it. That was it. Yeah, it's like,
Let me see what other. What was other? There was another one. Oh, the architect project.
uh, what do you believe in?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Um, that cover had to personify me and architect together. Like that was I always listen. I was listening to architects like homeless derelicts days. Like the
Hmm.
last do a project with him. It was like you got to definitely pay homage to his Islamic background. Even though I'm not, but then you got to also pay homage to my gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? So and having a Somali and motherfucking pirates, it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And, it just spoke volumes. You know what I'm saying? That title, what do you believe in? I actually got that from the rollerblade shit. Like that's one of my favorite. That's the title to one of my favorite rollerblade movies. But that movie gave me a conscious shift, and I started skating and approaching skating. You know what I'm saying? And that project also gave me a conscious shift. After that, I started dumping. That project was part of the dump. You know, that's part of that year when I dropped 7 projects in 1 year. When I put it on, it was a challenge too. Because when I put the original artwork on major platforms, it didn't take to it. So if you go on iTunes and you look at it, it's a whole different cover. But I really just zoomed in on like the eyes of one of the Somalian pirates because he had like just like this fucking intense look in his eyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if I was walking down the block and I seen a group of niggas coming up the block, he'd be the one I'm watching. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that came. And it looked like some K Burns shit. Like you can look at that shit and tell I was like, that's a K Burns tape right there. You put all the tapes out for the month. I'm like, yeah, that red shit is the Bernie one. That was cool. No, it was a good experience to make that and work with Noah. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker. Anytime I work with Noah, you know it's a fucking. That's what I'm telling. It's a bloodbath when I get with bro. Whether we talking about some fly shit, talking about that's cool.
Yeah. Yo, Noah and Casablanca, man, drop some dope shit all the time.
Yeah, man. I used to tell Matt, like, there's certain niggas I think like I like to like us two get on tracks with to see how that shit come out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Casablanca, they definitely used to up in the conversation. Oh my God, man. But Noah just like, you know, Noah one of them artists that's like he like getting stout. He's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a rapper's rapper. He's a rapper. Rappers gonna listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that shit.
Yeah. I think then you had one of my favorites, Kane and
So,
Lynch.
yeah. That was one of the moments in time. You know, me and Matt had to freeze time right quick for a minute. We just always felt like it ain't gonna be nothing better than ain't no duo project fucking with that besides like Stabbed and Shot. Like other than that, like what 2 niggas really gonna team up and top that? Just take a while to top that shit. You know what I'm saying? It took a while for niggas to even try to even go at the duo project, especially Beamer freeze with that Stab. Like, but Mac is so much of a ferocious MC. You know what I'm saying? That I needed the challenge. You know what I'm saying? Like I be wanting challenges. You know, I don't want to be on songs with niggas that want to be all friendly and shit. I want to be on song with like your fuck. I'm gonna put shit on the spike. A lot of those sessions was like real intense. Like a lot of what's up? Like, all right, niggas like, hey, your own weed today type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this moment where like, nigga, you not fucking with me type shit. Like, you know that was a hell of a 2 hours on it. Then we did that project and went out of town after that. Like nothing happened. He just went to getting this money. You know what I'm saying? That's what me and my boy do. So, and I think that project was authentic because me and Mac not just rap, did shit outside of rap that niggas talk about doing. That shit for real. So. Damn. It's the last one, blood. I'm doing no more after this. Look, chain house.
Hey.
This is historic interview crashing. We ain't never a nigga like me. Look, here you go. Here you go. So you gotta love this shit. I can't make this shit up.
Absolutely.
And in the midst of that, niggas hits. And in the midst of this shit. That fucking Remy dropped me up.
Tell PA he dropped another banger. That Cash for Caskets, man, is a banger.
Yeah.
So I've been talking to Jay. I've been talking to JF. You know, I'm gonna have him on the show soon.
Big homie been tearing shit up, man. He been on. I nigga shooting like 100% from fucking half court right now, niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime the
Might even
buzzer
be
beat
further than that.
they shooting 3/4 on niggas right now. Yeah, you hit trick shots on him, son. Do that. He said, Euro, jelly. Nah, but you know, like for real, a lot of niggas get it twisted. Like, we don't be sitting here busting our brain with this shit. You know what I'm saying? We really just live our life, have fun, smoke a lot of weed, crack a lot of jokes. You know what I'm saying? PA always make sure everybody's smiling. Because he don't want that negative energy shit. Don't come over here with that.
Don't come with that.
Take that shit to your studio. Don't bring that shit around us. That shit is non-cypher. We not doing it. We moving whatever baggage you got. Leave it over there. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Can't be around the bag with baggage.
Mm-hmm. Keep that good energy going.
Yeah. Keep a smile on your face if you mad, nigga. It take a lot less smile and frown. So just fucking smile.
Mm. Now with that off the books video and song that came out.
Yeah.
What's up with that Gold Chain album?
Oh man, the Gold Chain album is done. That shit done. I mean, I don't have a set date for it. Even if I did it, I wouldn't be privy to like give it out. That's a PA decision.
Yeah.
But, you know, that is an executive decision, but it's done. It's wrapped up. I mean, I know y'all see what we brewing and cooking up. So we just been putting up right things together. I got some big homie feel the time right to pull up, like, you know, fire off on that shit. We gonna definitely fire off on that shit.
It's gonna go back. Volume 1,
Volume 2. Volume 1, Volume. Oh yeah, so it is. I ain't want to say it.
Hey.
Volumes of this shit. We ain't just been cooking up. It ain't just one album, but we gonna hit them, and when we hit them,
that's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? The first one is 2 CDs. Something special that we giving to people, and I was more than glad to get my contribution to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of alley-oops on there, so it made our job real easy. Like fucking fire. The curation is crazy. You know, I see the videos we putting out. That's just it. You know,
yep.
Forward to releasing that to the world.
Yeah, and then I heard Yara about to drop album next month.
Yeah,
after dropping that banger with Wavy to God.
Yeah, that Queen Gambit was crazy. I mean, she working like y'all working. Y'all think you working like you ain't had more than me lately. You know what I'm saying? So, like she got it coming. Like, I think for the rest of the year, she got this shit sewn up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. It's the chain of everything. Like, working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Other collective stepped out. You know, I know what that's like being Team Fame. But we live amongst each other, so it's like it's always ain't nothing but a phone call away. You know what I'm saying? And, any given time, you know, if you ain't crafting with Noy, you crafting with JR. If you're not writing with PA, you go. Look, come, man. It may be here. Look, you never know who's gonna pop up. Look, what I said. You never know who's gonna
pop up. Interview right now?
Wow. Yes, indeed.
My God,
what's up, Hog Media?
How you doing? So since you here, I got a question for you real quick. Did that cannabis notebook get sold?
No, I gave it back to cannabis.
Oh.
Yep. And that's why we started working together again. I established the trust.
Established the trust.
There you
trust
go.
The chains.
Yep. We were supposed to do an auction for it when we sold. I think it was like 900 copies of the notepad, and we didn't sell the 900 copies. And eventually I just got tired of promoting it. But that led to us making the Kaiju album in December. Once close in January, the All Might in February. We had the last month, and we have a drop back tomorrow.
Yeah. When one door closed, many doors will open. You don't stop.
There you go.
Don't stop. That's
right.
And we just had Body Bag Ben on here.
Hey.
It's just about the change shit right now. We just working. I mean, even my guy Funk P, like I said, like you never know who's gonna be in the spot. So it's just like niggas is just working. If you come over here, you come with that energy, and I think you come with that intention to work. Like you come to work, right? Real talk, like you come to work.
That's all it is, yeah.
But you're gonna have a good time in the midst of that too. You're gonna get some good laughs. Gonna be some good people, drink some good Japanese whiskey. You know what I'm saying? Some different shit. You know, we do different shit. So
What kind of Japanese whiskey do you recommend?
I don't recommend drinking. I'm a weed head. I'm not gonna recommend shit. You gotta ask the game about that. Bro, I'll tell you about the study, but baby, I'll tell you about that. For real. But I just think just soaking us all in. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't tomorrow. Y'all lost 35 people in the midst of being on the road. You know what I'm saying? My fucking God. You know what I'm saying? So life is precious. You know what I'm saying? I'm just enjoying the moment in time.
So we're gonna segue from the drinking to Grandeur of a Gangster with that album cover.
Right. Nah, but see, you know what's crazy? Like
that's celebration.
I don't drink, but I can't recommend this drink for you. All I'm gonna tell you is drink some Red Bull. Like that's some Brooklyn shit. Or get a Heineken. I ain't gonna. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't really tell you. I ain't a lush. I can tell you all kind of shit about weed though. But yeah, Grandeur of a Gangster. I was being silly that day. Like, we had that big ass bottle of Henny. He was in the projects in Tampa, and that was a real candid picture. Cause I just turned around, like I had the bottle. My godbrother was being funny, like this nigga always talk about not drinking, but look, I got him with that big ass bottle. So it was cool, and I personally like that picture because I don't think I'm photogenic, so I'm gonna keep that for album cover.
And how'd you link up with Denzel Devon?
Oh, when I was living in Charlotte, I actually shout out to the whole space station. I met Denzel Devon through Jamonte Ogbarn. I was at right.
Dope.
So right, Jamonte had hit me one day randomly because I had met Jamonte through Mac, and Mac was living in Raleigh, and I was living in Charlotte at the time. And after Mac had introduced us and shit, I had changed numbers and everything, kept in touch. And one day Jamonte hit me out the blue. It was fucking pouring down rain. He like, where you at? We at the space station. Come through. And they got to set up like this. It's like everybody over there and shit. But we went over there and whatnot. When I was there, Denzel was there and really was just quiet the whole night. You know, I ain't think nothing of it. But when we was leaving and shit, me and Jamonte had flicked it up right quick. Which we really don't. Me and him both not like that. But we had flicked it up because we know it's real. And Denzel had took the picture and shit. He like, could he get a flick? I was like, yeah, sure. And we was flicking it up. He's like, yo, I really like your shit. I want to work with you. And like I said, I'm going to fuck. If you want to fuck with me, I'm going to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And, that's how I linked. And I didn't think nothing of it because niggas always say they want to work. And I met him at another rapper's spot. So it was like, y'all got your own thing going. But he had texted me like 3 days later, like, yo, my fault, I didn't get those beats to you. I'm going to get them to you. And I was like, I know he's serious and shit. So he sent them shit. I was like, whoa. This sound like some real original Team Fame gang shit. Like before it was Team Fame, back to that original shit we was doing. I think we did one of my original game. I'm Prof. Like Prof. Get your ass up on this one. I need you to sing and rap, nigga. It's that time again. And that whole right there was just one of them, like, you know, we gotta be competitive. We gotta tell that story. So it did that.
And you had Conspiracy on there, you know, that's a spitter right there that, you know, I wish more people knew about.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of my favorite guys to work with personally. He's so raw and like untouched, and
yeah, that
shit is just like so rare to find somebody in this day and age that's still like raw. Like that Conspiracy shit is just like, ooh, yeah, he talking that shit. And I always like how he come off on the track. He don't just rap. He comes off.
Yep.
You know? I fuck with his shit heavy. Anytime he asks me, yo, Bernie, I need you, I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
Now, we spoke, you know, before when we supposed to have the original interview about.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
I wouldn't call it rebranding, but It's a new stage. It's a new stage.
Right. I call it revamping. I wouldn't call it rebranding. Because like my brand is my brand. I am who I am. I don't think I can really change people's perception of me without doing some erratic or some off the wall shit. But again, back to that direct approach. You know what I'm saying? I know I've given enough music for free. I know I put enough on the airwaves, and I want to add value to what we're building here together collectively. You know what I'm saying? And my music that I make isn't for everybody. It's like if music was if hip hop was a mall, right? I don't want my shit in the mall. I'm that little fly ass boutique over there that shirt costs $300. You know what I'm saying? Them jeans cost $400. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get them 101s in there, or them rare run of 12s, and it's not even about a price thing. It's about a exclusivity and a rarity thing. You know what I'm saying? Commodities. You know, I'm not a fly by night kind of guy. Like you're not gonna meet somebody like me. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get that much in detail. You know what I'm saying? Descriptive. Like you can close your eyes when you listen to my shit. I'm gonna take you through that walk. You know what I'm saying? I understand that about myself. I do feel like the listeners that do fuck with me understand that value that I have. They appreciate the blood, sweat, and tears put into these projects, and they understand that they've helped me they've helped me get to this point that I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do is, what I'm going to do is, I'm taking all my LPs down from Bandcamp. I'm going to be revamping my entire website, the platform, the model. I'm going back and I'm shooting videos for all these albums that I never did before. We're going to give y'all different layout of merch. It ain't going to be just, slap an album cover on a goddamn t-shirt and shit. You know, we don't do that over here, you know. I want to go back and do the backstories on each project. So it's just like a whole different way. I'm going to make the project more interactive. You know what I'm saying? I understand that this catalog has value to it. And I just feel like the people wasn't listening right. You may have missed it before. I know I only put out 30 copies. You know what I'm saying? I could have put out 100 more, but I wasn't trying to. You know what I'm saying? I could have put out hundreds more, but I wasn't trying to. Because it's not about a money play. It's about getting it to a person like you or to whomever's in this show right now viewing. So the way it's going to be structured is where it's coming directly from Team Fame Music Group, the business, our own distribution chain. I'm now taking the steps to open up not just a distribution arm under Team Fame Music Group LLC, but a direct relationship with the vinyl press, because we know the market got oversaturated with the industry. A lot of vinyls haven't gotten to people, not only due to COVID, but due to the industry oversaturation of the market. And I understand that these vinyl companies can't turn down this money from these bigger labels because it's been that long since they had this amount of business.
Yeah.
So, you know, I hope whoever's listening that's supporting this, you know, it's not our fault. I'm not making no excuse to anybody or any companies, but just understand that, you know, right now, what we're doing, meaning creator and collector, has become so popularized that, you know, the masses now want it. The masses are now nosy. They just taking a peek. They're not really here to buy. They're not really here to add value or to take away from what we're doing. But just the fact that they taking notice and peeked in, it slowed down our process tremendously. You know, the market is now back almost to its final stage based on my role in the market. I think they should be back normalcy from how we had it in 2019, maybe around the summer. It should be about, you know, it's back to the artists are getting back week, no longer than 8 weeks. Because I remember I got some companies told me a year. A year for what? A year for what? Come on. But I had to understand the market. You know what I'm saying? That's what we at now. And a lot of these are gonna be digipacks now. lyric books, a lot of shit that I grew up on that made me want to go buy a project. You know, so we just want to change the game. Even with the digitals, you're gonna be able to get it directly from me. I'm selling videos. Like, you're gonna be able to buy the album in a certain capacity to where you unlock. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
So I got a whole different experience that I want to create for everybody. You know, so just look out for it. You know, like when the Bravado drop, everybody that I owe a copy to from Bandcamp, you know, they get in the free. It's promised, like, if you bought, you will get that. But it's an unlocked version of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna just get a typical version. So, you know, shit is different now. You know, I've learned a lot of do's and don'ts. I made a lot of different relationships, and I made a lot of different decisions, executively, creatively, artistically, and personally, to further what I'm doing. You know, got to get more sleep. I don't sleep now. I'm in this company. We downsize a lot and what we doing. I mean, and who we work with, but we maximizing the results. And it's just, again, I can't say it enough. You know, we just continue to live in this moment in time.
Yeah, man. You know, it's a great approach to, you know, understanding how everything's been changing.
Yeah.
And
The landscape,
you know,
constantly changing. Day to
I
day.
mean, you know, with any business, you know, you gotta see how things are. Nothing's gonna stay the same. So, you know, I salute you on, you know, understanding.
Yeah.
You know, for years now. From
that only
just
come from the mixtape, you know. That only come from, like I said, always being right there. It's like, you gotta, so, you know, like I said, we just try to stay ahead of the curve or be the curve rather than play the curve. You know? And I'm hoping that this new way I introduce and the music to the consumer and collector, niggas already biting me, so I'm gonna give you some new sauce. I done see niggas bite my CD covers. I done see niggas bite concepts, titles, all kind of shit. So here goes some new sauce. I'm gonna lead the underground with a good motherfucking blueprint to follow.
there you go.
That's my contribution to culture. Yep.
And you've been doing it. And you with the right team too. You know, so what more can I say to that?
Blessings to that. Blessings to that shit.
Dope. Yeah, man. You know, perfect way to, you know, end this interview, and
Yeah.
perfect way to continue for K Burns.
It's been an honor.
Team Fame Gang.
Yeah,
All Chain
man.
Music, you know, y'all doing your thing, you know, and you know, I just, you know, continue the success that y'all have been, just everything y'all been doing, you know, it's showing. Everybody out there is seeing it.
We appreciate it. I mean, I've been hearing it, and, like, you know, I tell Ecto this shit all the time. I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? I'm too busy working, but I'm hearing it enough to know it's real. We're seeing it. I can't deny it, and, like, you know, I know that it's nothing left for all of us.
Yeah. Now, before we go, you know, and before you give your shout outs, is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Oh, man, go get that motherfucking Chain Gang is right now. 30 Days.World. The here, they should be shipping out end of the month, if not the top of April. We're about to do a whole photo shoot with them and everything. Slime Dawn, K Burns and Ecto EP, Volume 1. That's up next. And Ecto just shot the first video and shit. So that shit gonna be, you know what I mean? That shit be dope. I'll send you a sneak peek ahead of time. So, you know, I'll definitely give you a little look. Yesterday, shout out to my bro Grim Moses and DJ M1. We just dropped that new EP Python on GrimMoses.com.
Yep.
I'm just working, man. I got so much shit coming out. Like, I don't want to lose the people, but we just been really, really putting that work in. So a lot of work I've been putting in. A lot of seeds I sown, you know what I'm saying? They about to reap. This the harvest right here, man.
There you go. Just put the link for the Chain Gang is up in the comments.
Appreciate that. I see it. And shout out to
well.
the gang, man. You know, shout out to the whole team, Fame. You know, my brothers, Ecto 318 Chase, motherfucking Fetty, Mac P, you know, Eddie Word, and my guys. I love them guys for life, no matter where we at with it. And them gonna always be my brothers in this shit. Shout out to the whole chain. There's too many of us to fucking name. They know that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to forget nobody, but shit, who I was thinking about A plus today. A plus, you watching this? I miss you, bro. Shout out to the whole motherfucking South Streets, man. My hood, Clan Hill, everybody out there, man. I do this shit for y'all. Shout out to Brooklyn. My moms, my daughters, my brothers, and my biological brothers, my sister. You know, my twin sister, crazy, fucking wild. Like, she called me yesterday. Like, she babies me like I'm a fucking baby. That's how it is. You got a twin sister. Like, I thank God the most. You know, I pinch, like I said, I pinch myself every day. Shout out to you. I really appreciate all the support, Wiki. Like,
Appreciate that.
I don't think people understand. Like, I get pissed when the copies don't get to y'all. I'm helped up by the press. Like, I appreciate y'all. Y'all shit gotta get to y'all. But I just want to say thanks to all the people as well. All the supporters, all the investors, all the buyers, all the collectors. Like, you know, we can't do this shit without y'all. And y'all the driving force behind everything that we're doing. Y'all help us make this shit possible. So I'm gonna just continue giving y'all that fire. You know what I'm saying? Bring some groundbreaking shit to the culture. Hopefully that can set forward a blueprint of success, like how Asia did for me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's all.
And then maybe, you never know, there might be an MC I'll be interviewing years from now, be saying the same thing about you.
He gonna have his chain on. But JD said right now, it's a nigga right now, right? That nigga watching Fabio, he watching K Burns, he watching everything coming out of Brooklyn, right? That nigga get this pin shot. I don't I'm sign you. I don't want no smoke. You got a deal for you. Cause that's some niggas right there you gotta watch. Cause I was that kid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what it's about.
Dope. Once again, K Burns.
OGB, follow me.
Thank you again.
Holla at me.
Absolutely. And on behalf of our HHDG media crew, we're gonna say peace.
Peace. Fire!